Hello and welcome to the Pillow Fort. I'm so glad to see you today. It is freezing outside though. I have just got this blanket. I just want to cuddle up. It's so cold. And it reminds me of something we're going to read about today in James. Think about this. When you're really cold, like you feel really cold, maybe you ran outside just in a t-shirt or something, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to just put on a sweatshirt or a jacket or a hat and a blanket. You just naturally want to because the cold is very real. You really feel cold. So you really need something real to warm up with. That is just what God does in our heart. When He is real in our hearts, we just naturally want to show His love to other people. Those things will not be separated. And that's what we're going to hear about today in James, being doers of the word. This is from James 1 and 2. James was a leader in the Jerusalem church. He wrote a letter to the Jewish believers who had moved to many places. He told them the way believers should live. James explained that talking about God and the church is not enough. We have to do what God says, James wrote. Be doers of the word. If you hear the word but don't do it, you fool yourselves. Anyone who is a hearer but not a doer is like someone who looks at himself in the mirror, goes away, and forgets what he looked like. God's word shows us the truth about ourselves. Anyone who hears and does the word will be blessed. James explained that people who really love God will show care to people too. God is honored when believers show their faith with actions. One way to do this is by helping orphans and widows, people who have no one else to take care of them. We show love in what we say and in what we do. James also wrote, "What good is it if someone says he has faith but does not do what is good and right? If someone is cold and hungry and you say to him, 'Go in peace, stay warm, and be well fed,' but you don't give him clothes or food, what good is it?" James said that in the same way, faith without works is useless. Anyone can say that he has faith, but true faith is proven by good works. James reminded the believers that Abraham showed his faith when he obeyed God and got ready to sacrifice his son Isaac. Rahab showed her faith by risking her life to hide the spies in Jericho. God does not accept people because what they do is good and right. He accepts people who have true faith in Jesus. We can see that true faith when someone does what is good and right. Faith comes first, and then doing what is good and right always comes next. So you can see that those things always go together. When Jesus is in our lives and in our hearts, we will show love to other people.
See you next time on the amazing adventures of the Pillow